Get hot like a skillet. Thinking about money in the billing. On the phone with the lender and I'm living. Hit the bank.
And welcome into the ballpark. Happy to have you with us. Interleague Baseball on MLB The Show. It's the Minnesota Twins and the Arizona Diamondbacks. Along with my partner, Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. And singing the big bat in the lineup so far this year, Lourdes Gurriel Jr. leads the team at OPS, so he's the guy that looks to slug and basically make things happen for them offensively.
Just a machine in terms of production at the plate. He'll take his walks, he'll barrel up the baseball, he'll hit the ball in the gaps, he'll hit the ball over the fence. So talk about a guy going good. That's him right now, and he's a bat that you want to stay away from if you're the pitcher.
Just about ready to go. So here's the lefty, Madison Bumgarner.
He's been a very solid pitcher throughout his career. ERA around 3.5. What I like is he competes, he stays in the game, and he gives his team an opportunity to win.
And now for the Twins, Kyle Farmer.
Minnesota, the third baseman, Kyle Farmer.
2014, a great year for Bumgarner. Not only did he win his third championship with the Giants, but in the postseason, he was the man. The NLCS and World Series MVP.
Never forget that appearance coming out of the bullpen against Kansas City and just going the distance. He was pitching.
Oh, this is deep to left center. Way back there. On its way. Gone. An absolutely majestic shot. Home run number 5 on the season. It's 1-0.
Well, you got to love a game that brings some action from the jump. And at the plate, he was looking for a pitch to absolutely drive. And, you know, leadoff hitters aren't up there anymore just working the count, trying to get on. They're looking to make some noise and do some damage.
The batter now, Jorge Polanco. Mad Bum deals. Line to left. Just inside the line, and it's down for an out. Not sure if too many people have been paying attention to it quite yet, Singy, but that extends his hit streak to 11 now.
Well, I know he knows about it, even if a lot of our viewers don't. And this is when it's clear it's no fluke. 11 games in a row. Man, that's when even the hitting coach starts to leave you alone. You're going so good that nobody wants to mess it up.
Now Correa up to hit. In the air, right field. And there's one down. Now the lineup for the Twins as constructed by Rocco Baldelli. A guy who's been huge for them over the last month plus, Randal Grichuk.
And he's leading them in runs batted in this season, which tells me this guy is able to slow things down when it seems like there's a little bit of pressure. And he's looking at it as an opportunity to do damage. You know, a lot of guys, they see runners on base and they get big. They feel like all this pressure, I've got to get these runs in. But somehow he seems to settle into these situations. So watch out when he comes to the plate.
Polanco leads off first with one away. Next offering misses, and that's ball 3. The Giants made Madison Bumgarner the 10th overall pick in the draft out of high school when they took him in 2007. And then there was the development, and of course, he helped them win World Series titles in 2010, 2012, and then that monster performance against the Royals in 2014. At the belt and fires. The punch out there. That's out number 2. And Chris, that's a way to neutralize his speed by keeping him off base.
And the defense breathes a sigh of relief because he puts pressure on everyone if he can put the ball in play. But that's how you do it. Keep him off balance, get him out of there and deal with the next guy.
Randall Grichuk now.
Boog, you want to talk about tasting success early. 3 World Series titles before he even had 5 full seasons in the big leagues. I mean, they're great players that have played this game a long time.
Gurriel handles the chance. Another look here at the solo shot leading off the ball game. It's now 1-0. Major League Baseball is on the show. Welcome back. And today's starter, Jordan Montgomery. And Singy, it's unique these days, but he's more of a pitch to contact type of guy.
Yeah, Boogie, he doesn't rely too heavily on the strikeout. He knows he needs to miss barrels, get some soft contact, let the defense do work behind him. And I think a guy like that can keep a good tempo, don't give hitters time to adjust or think. They can move through a ball game, and you look up, they're in line for a quality start. We'll see what he's got in this one.
The 1-1 is fouled off. Got it by him for the K.
Tell you what, those are the types of guys pitchers really like to punch out when they're on the mound, because if they get on, just the distraction that they create with all that speed over on the base pass, it can take away your focus from the next hitter, and that's the last thing you want to do is serve up a pitch that a guy hits over the fence, and it's a multi-run home run.
Hunter Alberto up to the plate. Kicks and deals. And a count 1-2. Bounce to the right side. To first. Here tonight, an efficient start to the home first, 2 away. Time to take a look at the Diamondbacks lineup. And one of the most exciting young stars in the sport, Gabriel Moreno.
Yeah, definitely someone I always enjoy, when I get a chance to watch him, whether he's hitting a game or even taking swings during batting practice. Man, this guy is always so focused on what he's doing on that task at hand. He's got so much attention to detail that when he steps in the box, his success rate is really high.
Here's Lourdes Gurriel Jr. 3 hits last night, so he was a big factor in getting that win. The 2-2. Got him. And good work there as he gets a 1-2-3.
I think the key is arm action on the changeup. When you can sell it like a fastball, you drop the velocity, you get the swing and miss, and you walk off the field.
New inning getting started. Now it's the DH, Jose Miranda. Singy, you can't ask for anything more. This guy checks all the boxes offensively.
He is the ultimate professional, and it doesn't just start at game time. It starts in the afternoon, the way he prepares and gets ready for the ball game. I tell you what, his teammates feed off of the leadership that he shows on and off the field.
The next offering misses, and a count 2-1.
Well, on paper, it's favorable to have a fairly quick inning here with 2 of the 3 hitters he's set to face batting from the left side, same side he throws from. Well, patience and discipline paid off right there as he got into an advantage count. Absolutely smoked that baseball. What a swing. Sent it out way faster than it came in, of course. 113 off the bat, and no matter where you hit it at that speed, it's tough to make a play on.
Next pitch is outside. Patrick Johnson calling the balls and strikes.
Pretty standard zone for Johnson. Sometimes he might get a little jumpy, a little excited and expand the zone, but usually you at least feel like the guy on the mound is earning it, and that's important because you got to make guys earn it.
Got him looking. Down on strikes, and he knew it.
Well, that at-bat seemed to be over as soon as it started. 3-pitch strikeout. You've got to be better at the plate right there, at least to foul something off, extend that at-bat.
Maybe a 2-ball. 5, 4, 3. It's a double play, and that'll do it for the inning. 1 hit in the inning, but no one left. Now to the bottom of the second. It's the Twins 1 and the Diamondbacks nothing. Back here at the ballpark, we head to the bottom of the second. Now here's the cleanup hitter for Arizona, Christian Walker. And a pitch. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. The pitch. That's to third. Whips it to Kirilloff. That's one out, the bottom of the second. Here's Ketel Marte.
The second baseman, Ketel Marte.
That one ripped, and that's a fair ball. And that rolls into the corner. Makes the turn and heads for second. The throw in, not going to get him. He's in there.
Well, as hot hitting continues, he's been getting great results lately. Good piece of hitting going the other way with that pitch to beat the shift. You know, not a lot of guys are willing to do that, even with the shift on, because they're looking to pull the ball with authority. But it's a pretty easy hit if you want it.
And now the catcher comes up to him. Gabriel Moreno looking to rebound today. He was 0 for 4 last night. Kicks and fires. Line drive, base hit. Stop sign goes up at third. Runners at the corners with one out.
Well, that'll make you feel good as a hitter right there. These days, when you see a ball come off the bat like that, the first thing you want to know as a spectator, what was the exit velocity? 109 in this case. I mean, that's just impressive, and it's so cool we can get that. Sort of feedback so instantly in today's game.
Jose Abreu up to hit. The 1-1 is fouled off. Marte on third. Moreno at first. One gone. And down on strikes he goes. Huge strikeout there.
Well, they were pretty much giving it to him right there. Playing the infield back. All you're looking for on offense is a simple ground ball. You got a tie ball game. Not sure what he was thinking up there. A strikeout looking is the last thing you want to see. Now you got to hope the next guy can pick you up and come through with a big 2-out hit.
Now it's Paul DeYoung up to the plate. The 1-1 is fouled off. And a 1-2. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Waves at the bender for the strikeout.
A lot of adrenaline, we can see it right there, and sometimes you just got to let it out. That's an outstanding job of taking that, executing, and getting out of a tough inning.
Back here at Chase Field, on to the third inning. Ryan Jeffers at the plate.
Ryan Jeffers.
The pitch. That's hard hit on the line. And that should be extra bases. Around first, digging for 2. And he's got a leadoff double.
Nice double right there. Loud contact coming off the bat. Didn't get enough air under to drive it out of here, but you'll take that swing and that result every time.
Kyle Farmer up to the plate now. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. And next for Minnesota, Jorge Polanco. 1 for 1 with a single so far. Swings through that one for strike 2.
I think he was sitting off speed there.
Runner at second here, 1 gone. Popped up. McCarthy on the move. Into third now. So runners at the corners and 1 out.
Hey, whatever works, right? Doesn't have to be impressive. I love the approach to handling that cutter on the inside corner. Didn't hit it hard, but he kept his hands tight to the body and just took that barrel directly to the baseball. And that's what allowed him to spray it out there and find a hole somewhere.
Ripped to first, caught. Dives for the bag, got him. Double play. Twins wind up stranding 1, but they lead it 1-0. Back here in the desert, ready to go for the last half of the inning. And now Bader up to the plate.
Bader.
And now it's 3-2. Swing and a base hit.
I could watch base hits like that one all day long, and so could every hitting coach in the league. Just a nice line drive into center field. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
Jake McCarthy stands in now for the Diamondbacks. Led off the game with a strikeout. Next offering, pop foul off to the right out of play.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, trying to stay out of a double play here.
And now the lefty. Line drive. Larnach hauls it in, and there's 1 away. Next to hit for Arizona, Hanser Alberto. Grounded out his first time up. The MO for him is contact. A guy who's going to deliver average, not a ton of power. He's looking to hit a line drive somewhere.
Well, that's why it's a team. And when you look at a lineup,
Bader runs. And a base hit into right center field. The throw into second. He's in safely at second as a run scores on the play, and that ties the game.
well done, drives in the run. Just a cookie down the middle. I mean, those are the ones you dream about. Ones in the cage, you're just hoping you get in the ball game. Right down the middle, not a whole lot of velocity, right on top of it.
1 out, runner at second. Lourdes Gurriel Jr. stands in now for the Diamondbacks. He's 0 for 1. Next offering is down low. Ball 2. There's the swing and a miss.
This guy's got such a good sinker. As a hitter, you've got to look up in the zone. If you look down, you're going to be chasing stuff in the dirt.
Lifted in the air, right center field. Grichuk on the run. Grabs it on the run. 2 down.
Up next to the Diamondbacks.
And now it's Christian Walker. First time up, he grounded to third. So RBI spot, but Chris, this is a guy that is not really swinging the bat all that well here.
In this situation, you have a real good opportunity to get swings and misses and record a strikeout. I think you attack him in this spot.
You know, Christian Walker, a guy who had a really successful amateur career. His college ball with the South Carolina Gamecocks. They won the College World Series twice with Walker, and he tied the College World Series record for most career hits with 28. On the ground to third, and that's a fair ball. Now a long throw home. Safe, and they take the lead.
Well, he found himself behind in the count right there, but he didn't give in. Just one of those seeing eye base hits through the infield. He just kind of rolled over on it a little bit, but sometimes those can find a hole and get you a knock.
An outstanding hitter in Ketel Marte. The 1-1. That one fouled off. In the air, center field. Grichuk sizing it up. Makes the catch. And that is that. They get 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 1 left. On to inning number 4. It's the Diamondbacks 2 and the Twins 1. On to the 4th. Stepping in the long ball threat, Byron Buxton.
Well, after putting up a nice inning on offense, got some runs across, this is where you look for the starter to go out there, have a shutdown inning. Don't give that other team any hope. You just hope that he can get through this inning, get the bats back up there while they're hot.
Here's the center fielder, Randall Grichuk. 0 for 1 so far. And he deals. Back up the middle and a base hit.
He needed that one. It's been a tough stretch at the plate lately.
Really nice job staying inside with his hands to fight off that pitch. Man, that cutter was bearing in on him, but he found a way to stay with his approach, didn't spin off it, and he hit it pretty well.
Jose Miranda will hit next. Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit. They fired in quickly, so it's 1st and 2nd with only 1 away.
I was watching his rounds during batting practice today. So impressed with his ability to let the ball travel, go back up the middle and the other way. Sometimes when you step in the box during the game, you get a little anxious and you get away from that. But so far, I've seen him stay consistent with his pregame preparation.
Here's Trevor Larnach. That one the other way. Hauls it in for the out.
Yeah, that was a wasted RBI opportunity, but competitor like him, he is looking forward to making up for it in his next at bat.
So 1st and 2nd with 2 outs. Here's Alex Kirilloff. He's 0 for 1. The 1-1 is cut on and missed to the pitch upstairs. Grichuk over at second. Miranda at first. 2 out of the inning. Swing and a miss. That's a strikeout. Had him out front for strike 3. So they strand a pair. We're midway in the 4th. It's the Diamondbacks 2 and the Twins 1. Bottom 4, leading off, Gabriel Moreno. It's amazing. We get a chance to talk to a lot of opposing managers. This guy scares managers on the other team as much as anyone.
And he gets to fly beneath the radar with the other more recognizable names in this lineup.
Slice the other way. That's a base hit. Jose Abreu now at the plate. Caught looking his first time up. Next pitch downstairs. 2-1. Runner at first with no outs here. Grounded to third, could be 2. To second, there's 1. Oh, the throw is over his head.
Well, they had the chance to turn in 2 right there, but I don't think he got a good grip on the ball as he tried to transfer from glove to throwing hand. They say you can't assume a double play. I beg to differ at the big league level, but it's going to be ruled as a fielder's choice.
Now up next for Arizona, Paul DeYoung. Struck out swinging his first time. Got him. And he's down on strikes for the second time today.
The center fielder,
Harrison Bader, the next to hit. 1 for 1 with a single and a run scored so far. Here's a 2-2. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. One left for Arizona as they're unable to add to their 2-1 lead.
But my mojo right and my motor right, so I roll the dice, so I seize the day. I'm blowing up, I'm blowing up, I'm blowing up, I'm blowing up. I'm in that zone, I'm in that zone.
And welcome back.
Leading off
Top
for the
5,
Twins,
John Sciambi with Chris
the catcher.
Singleton. And leading it off, Ryan Jeffers. And 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
The 1-1 is fouled off. And now 2-2.
2 strikes.
That one ripped, base hit down the line. The throw to second. Into second base. The tying run is on with a leadoff double. A perfect example right there. That plate discipline, it pays off.
The deeper he gets into a count, the more comfortable he becomes, and he usually wins the battle.
Back to the top of the lineup, Kyle Farmer, the next Twin up to hit. He's already homered here in this one. The 1-1. Hard hit left side. Zips it across. One away here in the 5th.
now batting, second baseman.
So up next for Minnesota, Jorge Polanco. Liner snagged at first.
Nothing you can do about those as a hitter. Even though you know that, they still drive you absolutely crazy.
And here comes Carlos Correa. Saying you talk about a guy that has all the skills. The range is really good, but the arm just stands out, and he makes all the plays. To the right side. Diving, and he can't make the play. And they hold him at third. 90 feet away with 2 out.
Not much to this one other than just a willingness to go the other way and put the ball in play. That's a team at bat right there. Nice job of staying back and letting the ball get deep. And another big at bat coming up here. Looking for a way to get that tying run across with 2 outs.
So 2 down. Now it's going to be Byron Buxton. Runners on first and third, 2 away. The pitch. On the ground. And foul ball. Lefty out of the stretch. Runners at first and third. That misses the zone. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two on, 2 outs. Swings and misses, struck him out. Couldn't hit the fastball at the knees. A couple of hits in the inning, but they can't get him home. Last half of the 5th coming up. It's the Diamondbacks 2 and the Twins 1. And stepping in is this speedy Jake McCarthy. Next offering upstairs.
You know, these D-backs, simply put, are producing a lot of quality swings. They've hit 7 line drives already, and even though some of them have been for outs, there's nothing wrong with delivering consistent, hard contact. That's almost always going to lead to positive results.
Next up for the Diamondbacks, Hanser Alberto, 1 for 2. And a pitch. Hammered, and this one could be extra bases. McCarthy around second, headed for third. In to score from first, and they lead by 2.
Well, here we are, third time through the order, and this is where we see the OPS jump up. Manager might have to go to the bullpen a little bit sooner than he anticipated.
And it's Lourdes Gurriel Jr. Man at second. Next offering is outside. Here's a 2-1. Gurriel gets a piece. And a pitch. And that skips in the dirt. The pitch. And he grounds one to the right side. And it picks off the base. And it stays fair. And they get it in quickly. First and third now with nobody out.
Back-to-back base hits. Just a simple ground ball the other way. They had eyes on it, man. Sometimes that's all you need to do. Just let the ball travel, put the ball in the play, and just hope it finds a hole.
Christian Walker getting ready to hit. Close, but called a ball. And now 3 balls and a strike. Here comes a pitch. And they're all loaded up.
First base.
Pitch count's getting up there now, and not saying that's the reason for this walk, but this is the point in the game when every sign of wavering starts to get everyone's attention.
Down the right field line. That's a base hit. 1 run is in. Another scores. 2 runs in on the play, and they lead by 4.
Nicely done. Brings home 2. Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy. Didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep. Took the barrel right to it and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit.
Gabriel Moreno stands in now for the Diamondbacks. Here comes the manager out of the dugout, and he'll make a move for the bullpen. Jordan Montgomery is done. We'll be back in a minute with a new arm on the mound. At the bullpen is Will Smith.
And something to be aware of, the long ball has been a little bit of a problem for him this year.
Will Smith.
That to right. He's there. He's got it. Runner tags up for third.
The batter, the designated hitter, Jose Abreu.
2 on with 1 out. And next is the designated hitter, Jose Abreu.
And this is a big opportunity for him to pick up his teammate right here.
Jose Abreu, one of those guys with kind of a quirky number, number 79. It was a number his mother chose for him way back when. She said, pick a unique number and make it yours. The 1-2. That's the third. That takes care of Abreu. Paul DeYoung stands in now for the Diamondbacks.
Paul DeYoung.
The 1-1 is fouled off. The 1-2. And another ball.
It's a good take.
Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. Couldn't catch up to the heater. So they get 3 runs, 3 hits, no errors, but 2 are left stranded. We're through 5. It's the Diamondbacks 5 and the Twins 1. Back here at the ballpark, all set for the top of the 6th. And now for the Twins, Randall Grichuk. Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit. And now the Minnesota designated hitter, Jose Miranda. Next one misses, and the count 2-1. They've got a potent lineup, and when you think about teams capable of rallying from this kind of deficit, they're right at the top of the list. Next offering, pop foul off to the right out of play. Miranda tries to hold up, appeal to first, and he went, says Larry Bullard.
The left fielder, number 9.
Trevor Larnach digs in now.
Larnach.
Now these guys definitely looking for a big swing of the bat right here. Try to close that gap, but you know, at the very least, if you could find a way to manufacture that run from first, it feels like it's really important to getting back into this ball game.
Left-hand hitter waits. Swings and misses, struck him out.
Well, interesting. He's looking very comfortable out of the stretch after giving up the leadoff single. Back-to-back strikeouts, so they haven't been able to move that runner up, get him into scoring position, and try to have a better chance of scoring. I tell you, good job so far on the mound. He just needs one more out.
Here's a 1-1. High in the air, out to right. McCarthy settles under it. Makes the play, and it's out number 3. They get a leadoff single, but leave him stranded. 9-1-2 scheduled to hit in the home half of the 6th. It's the Diamondbacks 5 and the Twins 1. Well, we go bottom 6. Digging in, it's the speedy outfielder, Harrison Bader. We talk about guys with good speed, and definitely he has it. But pushing the offense aside for just a second, Chris, it's the defensive side that I think the speed factors in the most. The 1-1. There's the strike.
Well, he gets to balls that get by most people at that position. Just really impressive because there's certain times the ball comes off the bat, automatic
jumps, but it's off his glove. And he'll be safe at first. So back to the top of the Arizona lineup. Here's the Diamondbacks leadoff hitter, Jake McCarthy. Next offering clips the zone count even at 2.
And what makes him even quicker is the fact that he's so dialed in on the pitch as it's moving through the hitting zone. He can see how that hitter's lined up, what he's trying to do, and where that pitch is going to end up, which gives him that really quick first step. And that's why he makes so many great plays. Just indecisive in that at bat. He couldn't commit to the slider. Tried to sit in between. Just not able to put the bat on the ball.
The kick and the pitch. Runner goes. Right side. No chance at the double play with the runner in motion.
Now batting, left fielder, Loaded.
Here's Gurriel. Siggy, he's got a history of coming through into big spots. I know I like to talk about, I'm not sure whether clutch actually exists, but you look at the numbers, and this guy always seems to deliver in those spots. Next pitch misses, and it's 2-1.
Well, I think it's the ability to assess the situation, understanding what the pitcher has, what he's trying to get people out on, and then being able to use the entire field.
And that is cut on and missed. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch. That's a little bit low.
If you're a guy that can only hit to one field, then you're really not going to be able to come through in clutch situations because pitchers are going to adjust. But because he's able to use the entire field, that's why he's so successful in these situations.
Bader at second with 2 down. The 3-2 is off the outside edge, and that is ball 4.
So close to getting out of it right there, but this inning still has life.
The first baseman,
Christian Walker now at the plate. When you played, did you play with guys that you thought were clutch, and sort of what were the attributes you said that's what he possesses that allows him to come through?
Well, we always used to joke, you know, guys want to eat steak, and there were some that just had a knack, could understand that, all right, this is a big, you know, payout if I can come through with a knock here. But I think when you really look at the numbers, you really audit everything, guys kind of are who they are.
And that one almost got him. First and second, 2 down. Goes down swinging for the strikeout. Couldn't catch up to the heater. Diamondbacks strand a pair. They lead this one, though, 5-1. Now on the mound for the Diamondbacks, Kevin Ginkel. He's making his 4th appearance of the season.
Number 27, Kevin.
Welcome back. Top of inning number 7. Digging in, Ryan Jeffers. The Twins in striking distance, but have some work to do.
Boog, it starts with the leadoff man. Need a good at-bat out of him right here.
Here's a 1-1. Next offering misses down and away. Remember Mark Kotsay was a real good defensive outfielder. Good instincts, not great speed. Swing and a miss. That's strike 2.
Yeah, and I figured you would get Kotsay into this because you had a free dinner at his house the other night.
That is true. Next offering is downstairs. Good plate appearance there. Able to take the walk.
What a battle. It's not always easy laying off a 3-2 pitch, and I tell you what, he earned that walk.
And the right-hander deals. In the air on the infield. Walker drifts towards it. Makes the grab, one down.
Boy, that was a hanging breaking ball right there. I think he tried to do a little bit too much. Sometimes those eyes can get really big. I think his swing broke down as well, and that's what caused him to pop it up.
That's in there. And the count 1-2. Swings and crushes one. Right field, way back, and gone. Jorge Polanco goes deep. It's his 6th home run of the season. It's 5-3.
When you have a team that hits home runs at such a high rate, they can get back in the ball game so quickly. That's why that leadoff walk was extremely costly.
So 1 out, nobody on. And next for Minnesota, Carlos Correa. 1 for 3. Swing and a miss.
One ball,
now 1-2.
2 strikes.
Cuts on it and misses. That's a strikeout. Gassed it right by him.
I'm not sure that was the exact location the pitcher wanted, but it worked. He got the swing and miss, and I'm sure a bit of sigh of relief after seeing that one go through the zone.
Here's Byron Buxton. The 1-1. Called strike right there. The pitch. Good job to fight that one off. And it's even
2
up.
balls, 2 strikes.
And that one in the air center field. Bader makes the grab, and that's the inning. But the Twins bring in 2 on the homer. It's now 5-3. Back after this on the show. So they turn things over to the righty. Griffin Jacks.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their guys a chance to fight back into the game.
Ketel Marte up to the plate. That one back up the middle, and it gets through.
Another big game. He's looking pretty much unstoppable at the plate. Just kept it simple. Played pepper with the middle of the infield and took it back where it came from, and there's just no one there to knock it down.
Gabriel Moreno stands in now for the Diamondbacks. Next pitch is outside. 2-1. There's a strike.
Just a really nice slider down and in there. He wants to get the hitter thinking fastball, speed him up, and just subtract some velocity and add a little movement.
And here it comes. Hit on the ground, might be 2. Feeds to second, out there. Relay to first, double play.
Now back, the designated hitter, Jose Abreu.
Next is the designated hitter, Jose Abreu. Outfield playing very deep, not wanting anything over their heads. Here's a 1-1. And there's a strike. That's down and in. Right-handed reliever. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. Good eye right there.
You see how the catcher wanted that pitch up and in. Wanted to try to tie him up. That's the one thing we're seeing, that high fastball. You have to get it up there because of how hitters have changed their swings.
3-2 on the way. Worm burner into the outfield for a knock.
The batter, the third baseman.
Runner at first with 2 away. Paul DeYoung will hit next. And a swing and a miss. Down on strikes. And he's gone for the 4th time tonight. 1 left for the Diamondbacks. And it remains 5-3. Here's a new pitcher from the pen, Kyle Nelson. Hasn't pitched in the last 3 days. And now for the Twins, Randall Grichuk. The wind of the pitch. Hammers that one deep left field and forget it. A towering home run. And they cut into the deficit. It's 5-4. That was blasted.
Absolutely, no doubt off the bat.
Let's break out the StatCast numbers. It's singing. It tells us this home run was projected at more than 450 feet.
Yeah, and not many players can hit home runs as far as this one. That's a special feeling, and I'm sure he was giggling a little bit as he was jogging around the bases. That was one heck of a swing he put on the baseball.
Now it's the DH, Jose Miranda. The tying run at the plate. And strike 2.
1 ball.
Always exciting to see a leadoff home run in an inning. Kind of gets the offense fired up, and you start to expect a big inning.
Got him looking. That's a strikeout.
Well, that's a pitch, that slider from an opposite-handed pitcher that you usually see very well, but for some reason he didn't pick it up, and it just kind of got into the strike zone late. Gave up on it a little bit early.
So up next for Minnesota, Trevor Larnach. Corner infielders guarding the lines, trying to prevent extra bases. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Simply said, this guy's flailing at the plate right now. Just disconnected from head to toes in terms of the sink of his body. That's his 5th strikeout of the series, and we're just 2 games in. So we're going to see some kind of adjustment out of him. His at-bats are just a little tough to watch right now.
And now Alex Kirilloff. Next pitch misses way outside. And that's in for a strike. The 2-2 now. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Left-hand batter waits. And now the count filled up 3-2. Ryan Jeffers in the on-deck circle for the Twins. The 3-2 is off the outside edge, and that is ball 4.
One of the things about that 2-out walk, the base runner over at first base is going to have a very aggressive secondary lead. So a ball down the line or into the gap will produce a 2-out RBI, and those are the best. That is if you are the offensive side of it.
Check swing, appeal to first. And yes, he did. He went around. Look out. And it hit him. He had 2 strikes on him, and he hit him.
These types of mistakes usually turn out to be costly this late in the ball game. Things can really slip away in a hurry. Yeah, I'm surprised we didn't see a visit from the pitching coach here. Just to remind him, focus on the hitter. Don't worry about anything else.
2 outs. Line drive, base hit. Coming home. 1 runs in. Heading for the plate. He'll score as well, and it's 6-5.
Well, a big swing of the bat right there. As a hitter, there's not a whole lot better of a feeling than a double into the gap. Right off the bat, you know you put a great swing on the baseball.
And now, Jorge Polanco. And time is called for a mound visit now. Big moment in this game, so they'll talk it over. Joe Mantiply gets handed the rock out of the pen. He pitched yesterday, and we'll see him once again.
Number 35.
And time is called for a mound visit now. Big moment in this game, so they'll talk it over. Now into the ball game on defense, Corbin Carroll. He'll be out in left field.
Number 7.
Farmer on at second with 2 down. Polanco started after it, tried to hold up. Now a look to first, and he held back, according to Larry Bullard. 2-2 down. And a foul ball, he stays alive. That one to first. He handles it himself. Out number 3. But 3 score in the inning. 2 of them on this 2-run double. And the home team down a run. You're dialed into the show. Coming out of the bullpen for the Twins, Jorge Lopez.
And he's had 3 days off since he pitched last, so expect him to be totally rested. I'm sure he's itching for this opportunity right now.
Number 48.
Well, 1-run game. Harrison Bader stands in now for the Diamondbacks. Ball to strike. The pitch. Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. Larnach brings it in, and there's one away.
Well, such a confidence boost for a reliever to come into the ball game and get the first hitter he faces. Just makes everything slow down a little bit, and then from there can really settle in.
And a foul ball.
You know, this guy's great speed is in the back of that pitcher's mind. If he can get on, it's going to give him one more thing he's got to think about.
Right-hander kick steals, and the tying run is on base.
Well, that right there could end up being a big walk in this game. He's certainly a threat on the bases, especially with them looking to tie this thing up.
Towards first, slides, but he can't come up with it. Throw comes in quickly, and the tying run forced to hold on at third with 1 away.
Clearly seeing the ball very well in this one. Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws. Now that sets up a huge at-bat in this ball game.
Steps on the bag for 1. Applies the tag, and they get two. Double play. That ends the inning, but they do score a run here. So they even it up here as we head for a good finish to this one. Through 8 full, and we're all even at 6 apiece. We go to the 9th, and now for the Twins, Carlos Correa.
If you don't get ahead in the count, you can forget about having any success against him. When you get to this part of the order, yeah, there's some pop there, but more likely there's some base hits. So very important to be patient. Let the pitcher walk you, if he will.
Kicks and fires. And a swing and a miss there. The 2-2. Fights it off. He'll see another. Here's the 2-2. Got him swinging for the strikeout. Couldn't catch up to the heater. Byron Buxton, the next Twin up to hit. Lots of pop at the plate. Outfield playing back almost on the warning track. At the belt and fires. He swings and fouls one off. One down, base is empty. That one misses. 3-2 now.
That's a really good take.
Now he steps off. (3-2). Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Good battle here. About to be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. Got him swinging.
And there's another strikeout, and those are just continuing to pile up. His confidence level has got to be dropping. He's got to find a way to make an adjustment, Boog, get back on track. His team needs him.
Now here is Randall Grichuk. He's coming off a big swing of the bat in the 8th inning, Chris.
Yeah, he may still be riding a little high, and for him, hopefully the confidence is still there. It was a solo shot and a very important run in this game.
Swing and a miss, and that is that. So they make short work of him there. On to the bottom of inning number 9. 4, 5, 6 coming up. And we're all even at 6 apiece. Back here at Chase Field, and here's the first baseman, Christian Walker. Next pitch misses inside. 2-2. And the righty deals. And now it's filled up.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Ketel Marte up next. That one misses, so a leadoff walk.
Second walk of the game for him, and he's been really patient at the plate. The game plan that he's sticking to, he's just not going outside of what he's looking for up there.
No outs, runner at first. Next to hit for Arizona, Ketel Marte. And a 1-1. Winning run on base at first, no outs. Next offering misses. The count now 2-2. Rolled to short, possible 2-ball. Over to Polanco, they get 1, and that's 2.
Well, he made his pitch down in the zone. He got that ball on the ground. The double play he was looking for. Really good execution.
Gabriel Moreno stands in now for the Diamondbacks. 2 down, nobody on. Swing and a line drive, base hit out into center field. And now the winning run is on base.
Having himself a really nice game at the plate. That's about as textbook as it gets. Got his stride and load out of the way early. He stayed inside that ball and squared it up out front. Man, that was like he was in the cage hitting off a tee.
2 outs, runner at first. Jose Abreu stands in now for the Diamondbacks.
That's ball.
Next pitch is downstairs.
If you're a base runner, you've got to stay dialed in here. Look for anything in the dirt. Try your best to get into scoring position.
And there's ball 4.
Oh, that could be a big walk in this ball game. Moves the go-ahead run into scoring position. So some pressure pitches coming up in this next AB.
D-backs making a move for a pinch hitter. Colton Wong. Big spot for him here. Winning run stands at second. Now before the pitch, he looks him back. Kicks and deals. Laser, base hit. Runner around third. The throw home. Save. Ball game. They walk it off.
Well, you come into the 9th inning, it's a tied ball game. No one really wants to play extras, so everyone's looking at how we can get this game over with in regulation. Well, they got the run they needed, put one up, and they put one in the win column.
One-run game here today. Your final score, 7-6. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. We'll see you soon.
Final line zero for the ballgame. First for the victorious Diamondbacks, 7 runs on 15 hits. No errors. They left 11 men on base. For the Twins, 6 runs on 13 hits. No errors. They left 10 men on base. Time of the ballgame, 3 hours and 37 minutes. Thank you for joining us here tonight. And we remind you to please drive home safely.